Welcome to Podnutz Daily, episode number 187. We are joined with Timster today as the guest host of Podnutz Daily. Hello, Timster.
Hello, Steve. Good to be on.
It's good to have you on. So, the new format of Podnutz Daily is I have co-hosts. Since I don't have my computer repair shop anymore, you guys keep me informed, and you keep everybody else informed. So it's and I was just talking to somebody today about it. I like this new format because what happens is you guys tell me what you're working on in computer repair, and you start telling a story about what a job you're doing, and I actually like to guess how it ends up or try to troubleshoot it from my end. So it's fun. It's more fun for me. I don't have to think as much.
Well, it's definitely different. At least a year for me, listening to you and learning from you, and following your ways. Sort of, it was it's time you get a little feedback.
Yeah, a little fun. Okay, I also wanted to thank everybody for their support in my campaign to get Leo Laporte's attention to maybe put a Podnutz show on his Twit Live, the Twit Live station, so he could fill in some of those slots and we could have a 24-hour tech channel. So
that would be awesome.
Oh, I would love it. And so if you guys want to help the cause, help me get Leo's attention and see that Podnutz could fill in some of those slots and it would be worth his while. Just Twitter him and email him and call him and friend feed him and Facebook him and whatever you guys want to do. And I'll do my end, and we'll see if something's got to give, right?
Yeah, I demand he takes my email on that because I've been a tech TV. I love them guys ever since the tech TV days.
Yeah, it's great. It's a great crew. So,
yeah.
One last announcement. If you haven't got the Podnutz laptop repair video collection, go to podnutz.com, check it out. Learn how to fix laptops. It is a tool, or it's a skill set that once you know how to do, you're going to make a lot more money in your business if you're doing computer repair. So check them out, podnutz.com. Okay, Timster, now over to you. You got some good stuff lined up for the show today. We were talking a little bit before the show. Why don't you go ahead and lay it on us?
Okay, Steve. Besides the basic, virus, yada yada stuff, I want to talk a little bit and about how people, lie about their computers when they bring it into a repair technician.
Cool.
I had this guy bring in his desktop. It's an Acer Aspire M5640 desktop.
Okay. M5640.
Mm-hmm. And he claimed that when he boots it up, sometimes he doesn't get video, and then he says that every now and then he can get it to he can get it to boot or come on or show a post screen or something. But other than that, he can't get it to do anything else. I said, okay, great. I'll take a look at it. Put it on my bench, boot it up, and no video. So I guess this would be a good time to talk about how I troubleshoot a motherboard or a computer that doesn't have any video when you boot it up.
Okay. You said a laptop, right?
It's a desktop.
Oh, desktop.
It's a desktop with a micro ATX motherboard. But
that's where you get the M. I was wondering. Yeah. I couldn't picture that laptop. Timster, before we go on, take your mic and bring it a little farther. What are you on, a headset?
Yeah.
Bring it a little farther away from your face, just because I could hear kind of like rumbling and breathing.
We don't want that. How's that? Is that a little better?
Yeah, it's perfect.
Okay.
Okay. Please continue.
Okay. Okay, yeah, and the method I use for troubleshooting the no video upon boot is the same method, sort of, that I use for laptops also. First, open the case, obviously blow all the dust out or whatever, and then give it a visual look. I want to be sure I don't see any blown capacitors or any obvious things that you can see just by looking at it.
Right.
And then I immediately go ahead and I'll reseat the memory and the video card if it has a video card. Sometimes it's onboard memory,
right?
I mean, onboard video,
right? Do you look at the video card for blown capacitors too?
Oh yes, anywhere there's a capacitor, any capacitor there is, look at capacitors. That's a gimme.
Yes.
And then I just do a quick check on all the power cable connections and see if that gets a screen to come on. If not, then I'll just go ahead and try a good known video card if it's not on board. And if that doesn't resolve the problem, I'll just remove the memory and try with a known good working stick of memory, one stick.
Okay.
If that doesn't work, I'll disconnect everything from the motherboard. I'll leave only the CPU fan, the RAM, one stick, a known good stick,
Right.
and the video card.
Good.
And remove all cables from the motherboard, all wires
Right.
connected to the leader pins, like your front panel wires and such.
Great.
And I'll clear the CMOS while I'm at it.
Okay.
And I'll even throw a voltmeter on the CMOS battery.
Wow. Going the extra mile there.
Just to check. And if that doesn't give me any video, then I'll just I'll try another PSU externally.
Okay.
I'll just pull the 24-pin power plug off the motherboard, and I'll take an external power supply and plug that into the 24-pin, and then boot it up and see if I get a video.
Okay.
In my opinion, if you still can't get video on the screen, you could. I'm leaning way towards a bad motherboard.
Yeah, me too. That's the exact method I would use. The way you just explained it.
It could be a bad CPU, but that's rare.
Right. Right.
And if you have another CPU, try it definitely. And if you really want to take extreme measures before you order a new motherboard, there's been some occasions. I think it's happened to me once or twice where the motherboard is shorting out in the case, where you remove the motherboard from the case and you boot it externally from outside of the case. But
Good one.
I usually have trouble on those from people who custom build their machines.
Right.
So
They just don't know how to
one that's
put
been
it.
running for a year or year and a half. But
You know what else, Timster? It could be a bashed-in USB port.
bashed-in USB port.
Yeah.
Hey,
When someone a USB port breaks and then somebody forces something into them, the pins on the inside touch the outer case of it, and they create a short circuit. And I've seen that wreak havoc with computers. But
wow, good point.
that's another rare instance. But something to check. I always check that if I'm down to the level where you are, where you checked everything else, it's something else you could check.
Yeah. So I pretty much determined that his motherboard was shot. So I called Acer. Went into their. I actually went to their website and went into their store and found his motherboard. And then I called. They won't let you order online, so I called them. This is the first time I've actually had to call Acer on a part, but the people that answered the phone very nice, and they found the motherboard and said they'd go ahead and ship it to me.
How much?
I think it was like $70, it's like around $70, $80.
That's it?